bitter, sweet. It's almost like a somber. It's not a sadness. It's a... Explain it. Source of energy. What is this energy? The world in reverse, the strength in reverse. You don't feel like you have a choice within something. You don't believe you have a choice within something. You have no... This is a very, it's kind of like you're being freed in this way, okay? You're kind of being freed within this, because you feel like there's a certain connection that's not considering you, at all. There is inconsideration, potential lack of compassion, lack of empathy. Within that, you feel obviously very insecure within the dynamic. But there is this vulnerability that you feel you need to express. Potentially in this place and space. But you're okay. This is why it feels so kind of, the word I'm hearing is somber. This is why you're kind of like, it's kind of bittersweet, because it's like, I don't believe that even if I was given that chance to have that authentic vulnerability, there is a lot of self-doubt within closure even happening, even if you were given this space and place to be able to be vulnerable and express yourself or even listen. You feel like you would just go round and round and round, right? Like you think you go get that closure, right? But because of the lack of compassion that you feel in this place and space, the lack of care, carelessness is what I'm hearing. You all would be right back where you started. Even if you went and got that closure, you'd leave feeling like more questions than answers, right? So you believe you have no other choice here. No other choice within what? Sun in reverse. The King of Wands in reverse. Or upright.
I don't actually want all of that.
Okay.
I want my shadow.
You know that like saying that's like, if you have to burn it all to the ground, and like maybe you're just allowing it to crumble behind you as you walk away, because it's almost like this feels like you don't have a choice, because you know even if you had a choice, you wouldn't it wouldn't be like heard, right? And this King of Wands, he's like looking back and he sees this whole town burning. The sun represents darkness, unhappiness. Okay, it's a dark time, right? So are you turning your back on something, or are you allowing it to burn down so that it can be built back better? Even if you're not happy, allowing that to happen just by you deciding upon this only choice where you feel, okay, I don't feel care, concern, or empathy here, so I have to just step back and watch. And I don't feel like you're doing anything. I don't feel like you're the one that is burning this town down. I think it's going to self-destruct, right? But you might have tried to scream and holler and yell, say there's a lot of destruction here. This is going to self-destruct, or this is going to be destructive. This is going to collapse. But you have to be the person that stops running into burning houses. Why am I doing this? Somebody thinks your light is too bright. That's what it is. You being there, you see how I did that? You know, whenever you go outside and the sun's really bright and you're like, because you can't see. It's this. If your light was to be in the picture, it would be too bright. It would be too bright. The sun in reverse. Darkness. Okay? Sometimes people don't need your assistance. They don't need your light. Why? Why? Because they have to learn how to turn it on for themselves. And how else do you do that unless you're in an incredibly dark place? Just like you had to learn to turn on your light all by yourself. Sometimes you have to take the lead in the darkness. See, maybe you feel like without like your help, or without you pointing out, hey, this isn't good for you, or this isn't good for you, or pointing out this repeating pattern, repeating cycle, or screaming from the top of your lungs saying, wait, that's going to hurt you. Sometimes you doing that, okay, is the very thing that pushes people more into what they're not supposed to be doing. And maybe you are perceiving by simply you stepping back or you stepping away that you're like harming or you're hurting because you're not helping. But you've tried, you've screamed to the top of your lungs, you can't do anything. You've said it, you sound like a broken record at this point. So your spirit team is actually saying, whatever perception you feel by kind of walking away and letting the structures burn behind you, letting the town right there burn behind you, even if you're not happy doing that at all, you don't want to do it. If you're perceiving that that makes you cruel because you're just deciding to just move on in your life, your team is saying you're not. You're actually being the leader. You're setting an example. Not do as I say, do as I do. Now you're just being quiet and you don't need to ever say, I told you so. Some people just have to go into their own burning houses themselves. How did you learn? When that house was burning to the ground, you didn't have anybody to save you. You only had yourself to save you. And you found a way out. Stop running into burning houses. Your team is saying that's actually being a leader. You're paving the way. You're setting the blueprint. That's the most love you can show in this situation. I love you.